We've got questions, and hopefully we'll have the answers for you. These are emails that are coming in to bob@WeSellLouisville.com. And this first one goes off to you, Chuck. It's a fascinating question. Jimmy, and listen carefully. Jimmy writes in the email that he was married, and then he and his wife have separated. She is staying with her family in their house, in the family house, and he stayed in the house that they own together. And this is where it gets interesting. Apparently, Jimmy invited a female friend to move into his house with him, and now she won't leave. So, what happens here, Chuck? What can he do? He asks.
Yeah, that's difficult. Once you've allowed someone to take possession of your property, uh, you've allowed it. There's no force involved. Nobody kicked a door in.
Yep.
Then the only way to get them out is through the court system. You have to. You've created a tenancy there. They are presuming nothing else is written up. They are a month-to-month tenant. So you have to then tell them that you are not going to renew their lease at the end of this month. And then give them a 30-day notice that they need to get out. It is not an easy thing necessarily. Then you have to evict them if they won't leave. And an eviction from start to finish, you can expect if the wind's behind your back to be about 45 days.
And if it's not behind his back?
And if they know how to play the game, the system, it can take a lot longer.
Got it. And he needs to do this notification in writing, and would it
In
be a
writing.
certified letter work?
What I always say, the statute, the Landlord Tenant Act, doesn't define exactly how to give notice. It just says give notice. Okay, so yeah, face to face ought to work, but how do you prove that? Okay,
Yeah.
so what I always say is give them a letter. Okay, hand it to them, put it in the mail, whatever, and then also do certified mail.
Hmm.
Okay, doesn't have to be return receipt requested. You just need to show something that shows it got there.
Yeah.
It's not like we're serving them in a lawsuit or anything like that. You just got to make sure that you have some evidence that notice was given, and then once that notice is given is when all the timelines start.
And to expand this a little further, this really also holds true for anybody who owns a home who is renting
Hmm.
that home to somebody, and maybe the renter is no longer paying a
Oh,
rent.
yeah. Well, that's a
Yeah.
little different.
Oh,
If you invite in the girlfriend and she's there living for free, you have to let her know that, hey, the lease is up at thus and such a time, and then if she's not out, you go from there. And that's a 30-day notice period. If it's a tenant who's not paying rent, then you have to send them the 7-day letter, which says, hey, you have 7 days to pay your rent or get out. And if at the end of the seventh day they haven't paid or gotten out, then you go and you file for the eviction.